Our group will be presenting on ecosystem-based management in Tonle Sap Lake that located in Cambodia. Tonle Sap is the largest freshwater lake in the Southeast Asia and one of the most important ecosystems in the Mekong River basin. It is a unique and dynamic ecosystem that changes dramatically between the wet and the dry seasons. During the rainy season, the lake expands more than 5 times than its normal size due to the reverse flow of the Tonle Sap River, which brings water from the Mekong River into the lake. This seasonal flood helps create a rich floodplain that supports a wide variety of the plant and animal life. The ecosystem is a home to more than 300 species of freshwater fish, as well as rare and endangered species such as Siamese crocodile, Mekong giant catfish, and spot-billed pelican. The lake also supports extensive flooded forest, wetland, and migratory bird habitats. Beyond its ecological value, Tonle Sap Lake plays a critical role in supporting the livelihood of over 1 million people. Many communities live in the floating village around the lake and depend on the fishing, farming, and a small-scale trade for their income. So in this video, we will explore why Tonle Sap is important and how ecosystem-based management is being applied there.
So, the importance of ecosystem management and conservation in the Tonle Sap Lake, Cambodia. Tonle Sap Lake is the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia and one of the most productive inland fisheries in the world. Its unique flood pulse ecosystem makes it a critical natural asset for Cambodia's environment, economy, and society. Therefore, ecosystem management and conservation of this lake are not only essential for biodiversity, but also for food security, poverty reduction, and climate resilience. First, the importance of Tonle Sap Lake is preservation of biodiversity. Tonle Sap supports over 200 species of fish, numerous migratory birds, reptiles, and amphibians, and also mammals, critical breeding and spawning habitats in its flooded forests and wetlands. Conservation efforts help protect this rich biodiversity from overexploitation, habitat loss, and pollution. By managing the ecosystem holistically, endangered species like the giant barb and Siamese crocodile have better chance of survival. Second important is sustaining livelihood and food security. Over 1.2 million Cambodians directly depend on the lake for fishing, farming, and small-scale trade. The annual fish harvest from Tonle Sap account for over 60% of Cambodia's protein intake, particularly in rural communities. Ecosystem management ensures that fish stock remains sustainable. Flood cycle continue to support rice farming and aquaculture. Resources are equitably shared through community-based co-management CFI system. For the third important is mitigating environmental degradation. Without proper management, Tonle Sap face major threats. Illegal fishing and the use of destructive gear, deforestation of flooded forests for agriculture or fuel, water pollution from urban waste and pesticide, disrupted water flow due to upstream dams. Conservation programs restore natural habitats and reduce degradation by promoting protected areas, sustainable land use, and responsible water management. Fourthly, enhancing climate resilience. Tonle Sap's seasonal flooding system plays a crucial role in storing excess water during the rainy season, recharging groundwater and wetlands, and also acting as a climate buffer during drought and flood. Also, conserving the natural hydrology and vegetation cover strengthen the lake's ability to adapt to climate change, especially as weather patterns and rainfall become more unpredictable. For the last important, supporting cultural and ecotourism values. Tonle Sap is not only an ecological but also a cultural treasure. It houses floating village and traditional fishing communities that depend on the seasonal rhythm of the lake. Ecosystem conservation supports sustainable tourism based on bird watching, local culture, and biodiversity. Second, education and awareness program for both local and visitors. Also, preservation of Cambodia's natural heritage and indigenous knowledge system.
The first method used in Tonle Sap is the zoning system. The lake is divided into core, buffer, and multiple use zones. In core zone, human activity are strictly prohibited to protect important breeding and nursery areas. Buffer zone allow limited activity like research or ecotourism, while multiple use zone support fishing and farming under regulation. This zoning method help reduce human pressure on the ecosystem while still supporting local communities. The second method is community fisheries, also known as CFI. This system allows local community to manage their fishing areas. They form groups to set rules, protect spawning sites, and report illegal fishing. Because these people who rely on the lake are directly involved, this method brings a strong sense of responsibility and encourage sustainable resource use. To prevent overfishing, a seasonal fishing ban is enforced during spawning season, usually from June to October. This allows fish to breed and grow. At the same time, harmful fishing tools like fine mesh net and electrofishing are banned throughout the year. These rules are essential to protect the lake's fish population and also maintaining the balanced ecosystem. Environmental education is also an important method used in Tonle Sap. Awareness programs are conducted in schools and villages to teach people about conservation. Activities like eco camps, community cleanups, and campaigns will help to engage the public. By educating both youth and adults, this program helps create long-term support for ecosystem protection. Finally, scientific monitoring and collaboration play a major role in managing Tonle Sap. Scientists collect data and water quality, fish population, and climate impacts. This information is important because it is used to adjust management plans. The work is supported by collaboration between government bodies like NGOs, WWF, and international donors. It will make the management effort more effective and well-funded.
Now, I'll be explaining the main challenges in managing the ecosystem of Tonle Sap Lake in Cambodia. This lake is the largest freshwater body in Southeast Asia and plays a vital role in supporting biodiversity, food production, and the livelihoods of over 1 million people. However, it now faces several serious challenges that threaten its balance and future. The first issue is overfishing and illegal fishing practices. As the local population grows, pressure on fish resources has increased. Many fishers use illegal gear such as fine mesh nets that trap even the smallest fish. This prevents fish from reproducing and leads to a long-term decline in fish stocks. Secondly, there is widespread habitat destruction, especially in the flooded forests around the lake. These forests are critical for fish breeding and bird nesting. However, they are often cleared for farming or used as firewood, resulting in loss of natural habitats and reduced biodiversity. Another growing threat is water pollution. Fertilizers and pesticides from farms run into the lake, while untreated waste from 14 villages adds more pollution. This affects water quality and harms fish, plants, and even human health. Upstream dam construction on the Mekong River is another major concern. These dams reduce the seasonal floodwaters that Tonle Sap depends on. As a result, fish migration and wetland cycles are disrupted, affecting the lake's natural system. Climate change adds more pressure by making rainfall and flooding patterns unpredictable. Longer droughts and shorter flood seasons affect fish breeding and reduce the productivity of the lake. A lack of strong law enforcement is also a big challenge. Even though there are environmental rules in place, they are not always enforced due to limited staff, funding, and sometimes corruption. This allows illegal fishing and forest cutting to continue. Lastly, many people living around the lake face poverty and rely heavily on natural resources. Without access to other jobs or education, they often continue practices that harm the ecosystem simply to survive. In conclusion, effective ecosystem management of Tonle Sap Lake is crucial for protecting its rich biodiversity, supporting millions of livelihoods, and maintaining ecological balance. Conservation methods such as zoning, community co-management, seasonal bans, and education have shown promise in sustaining the lake's resources. However, ongoing challenges like illegal fishing, deforestation, pollution, and climate change require stronger enforcement and greater collaboration among local communities, government bodies, and international partners. By prioritizing sustainable practices and inclusive policies, Tonle Sap can continue to thrive as both an environmental and cultural treasure for future generations.